Hi folks, it's time for the weekly video, and this week, while my partner is making us a lovely dinner, I am going to be discussing the Bad Boys movies. So,
what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Stop it. I thought you were making dinner. Anyway, we had a nice, enjoyable weekend watching the first three Bad Boys movies.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Please, there's about 10 people watch my videos. Sorry about that. Where was it? Yeah, watched the first three movies and then the latest at the cinema of the Bad Boys franchise.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
This is why I close the door. This is why I close the door. Thank you, bye. I can only apologise. This is my life at the moment. Vicky enjoyed the Bad Boys movies, so she's gone. Yeah, and so went to see the latest one, and I've forgotten the different names already. Was it Bad Boys for Life or Bad Boys Ride or Die? Is the third and fourth? Getting them confused. Right, so that was Bad Boys for Life. Yeah, I hadn't watched Bad Boys for quite some time, and it's bizarre because Bad Boys Ride or Die, I didn't realise was finished, and then the other week I saw the full trailer for it, and I saw the release date, and I'm like, oh, that's coming out like this weekend, and everyone I spoke to about it, bear in mind that they're mainly, you know, a lot more casual film fans than I am probably, but they had no clue it was coming out, and some of those people would be fans of the Bad Boys movie, so it was bizarre. I didn't expect to want to go and see the latest film in the cinema, and I wasn't planning on it. Discussed it with my partner, and she said, I don't think I've seen Bad Boys, and I immediately went, you ain't seen Bad Boys 2? And she didn't get that reference either. And I said, well, we'll watch Bad Boys, see if you like it. And if so, there are, you know, two others that I have that we can watch. So we watched Bad Boys, and I forgot how much I like it. People always joke about me and my Kevin 7 ratings. The Bad Boys series is probably the most consistently Kevin 7 action comedy series in a long time. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith have really good chemistry together. The first film has that that slick, just, I don't know, sort of kind of car / wealth porn that Michael Bay does, and then obviously the gunfire and the racing cars and everything is all part of it. But it's good. It's good fun. The performances are good. The plot is decent. It just takes time to set up the baddies, and it's all really good. It's got a good soundtrack. It's kind of easygoing entertainment. And then you get to Bad Boys 2, and that is just nuts. I mean, that is even more crazy than I remembered, with the chase sequences that are, again, maybe it's a little bit of nostalgia, but they are easier to appreciate now than they were then, when it just felt like Michael Bay excess. And now they feel like Michael Bay excess, but you look and you think, yeah, I've got to give them props for doing that. They did the chase with the car carrier. I mean, there's a good chase sequence before that, and then the baddies get a car carrier and are dropping cars while Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are chasing them, and that's pretty fantastic. Later on, you get a similar chase sequence redone with bodies being dropped out of the back of a morgue van. I would argue some of the comedy is better, and yeah, I mean, the action is more over the top and impressive, but it is bloated. It is what it is. It's a lengthy runtime. It is excess in action comedy movie form, but I like it every time I watch it. The good and the bad sort of wrestle with one another. And then rewatching Bad Boys for Life was Bad Boys for Life. Bad Boys for Life was actually good. I'd seen it before and I watched it and I quite enjoyed it. It's pretty good. It does a good job of acknowledging these as older characters, giving them slightly different problems to deal with while keeping it very familiar, introducing new characters who generally work really well. And yeah, I had fun with it. Again, I think it's there are different strengths in each film, different pros and cons, which help them even out and be sort of a piece within the series. And that goes for Bad Boys Ride or Die. Jesus, I'm going to forever mix up the titles of the third and fourth film. Bad Boys Ride or Die is good fun. So we went to the cinema on Sunday night to watch it. As I say, Vicky had really enjoyed the first three. We really enjoyed the fourth one at the cinema. It was a bit odd because as a series, it kind of feels like those kind of movies that are designed for people to go along and be the worst kind of cinema audience. Like, I've had some really good cinema experiences lately. The latest Bad Boys movie was not one of them. Somebody was like on their phone every 50 minutes along the end of the row from us because obviously they were bored while their boyfriend was watching a film. Somebody else, a couple of rows down, kept bringing up their phone. Just, to me, as soon as I see that, it's just a little lighthouse in the cinema and it gets under my skin. But despite that, I was still able to force my focus back to the screen, back to the film. There were a lot of returning characters that were well used. There were a few new characters who I think this time around weren't so well incorporated. But they're there. They bring a bit of variety. But you know, don't underestimate the pleasure of just joining this cast and these characters and going along on those adventures with you know, the mix of fun, nostalgia and familiarity with each one. And it's a really good time. Like, it really is. I would watch the whole lot again right now, particularly if I was watching them with someone who was new to the series or new to at least one or two installments of the series and enjoyed the crash bang wallop fun that it delivers. It was good. So yeah, this has been a Bad Boys presentation basically, and I did get some great posts that I was wanting to show off this week, but I figured I would do a little Bad Boys overview because I actually am pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed the latest installment and how much I enjoyed revisiting the other films in the series. And maybe part of it is a kind of affection for that old-fashioned approach, the Simpsons / Bruckheimer production, Michael Bay going all out, the stars being like real shining stars together. It all just comes together really well. It's not classic cinema, but it is a good time as soon as you press play. That's it. I am going to leave this now before Vicky comes back. Hopefully I'll get this done. And yeah, there'll be treats next week, some really nice stuff. I hope you don't mind me doing a little Bad Boys coverage, and if you do mind, what you gonna do?